big furor on the television, radio, and the media now is the so-called town hall meetings where people are showing up and protesting. Some people are speaking out vocally, they're raising their hands, and they're shouting at congressional members who have come home to report on health care and all the spending the government's doing. They're being called angry mobs, and there's a conspiracy out by the Republicans to block Obama and the spending by the Congress and all those things. This is the chilling message that's being sent out by the Democratic National Convention. They've actually run an ad saying these kind of crazy things. The White House even has blogs now. This is coming out of the official statement of the White House, President Obama's White House, to find out more activity on these people and report back to the White House what's happening across the country and people who are protesting against government policies. This is the same administration's Department of Homeland Security who put out a memo several months ago saying that if you were anti-government, opposed to governmental policies, you're out there protesting, you're a dissenter, you were a right-wing extremist. And they use the word extremist and terrorist interchangeably. In other words, if you're against what the government's doing, you can be labeled a terrorist. Unfortunately, the Obama administration is very subtly, along with the Democratic National Convention, trying to put down a resistance movement. Thomas Jefferson, the great patriot who wrote the Declaration of Independence, and some of our other founding fathers must be turning over in their graves. Here's what Thomas Jefferson had to say. I hold it that a little rebellion now and then is a good thing, and as necessary in the political world as storms in the physical. It is a medicine necessary for the sound health of government. Those patriots who fomented the American Revolution, who protested such things as government overtaxing and overspending, the same thing we're seeing with the President Obama administration, took to the streets. They held rallies. They yelled. They were considered mobs. For their efforts, they were labeled extremists and terrorists and mobs by the person who was ruling the world at that time, King George III. But here's the point, folks. You have a constitutional right to get out there and dissent and be angry and be what the government calls a mob. Unfortunately, our present administration is trying to stop your constitutionally protected rights. And there's a lot to be concerned with, and I'll just give you a short list. President Obama's secretive White House has got people on both sides of the aisles very concerned. It looks like George Bush. Corruption in Congress is rampant. 17 members of Congress are currently under investigation for ethical standards, and one congressman was just convicted of multiple charges and may get 100 years in prison. This is the fellow that hid $90,000 in his refrigerator. Cold cash, they call it. And believe it or not, Congress just appropriated $200 million to buy 3 luxury jets so they can fly around and have fun. Something that we can't do. The list goes on and on. That's how bad it is. Thus, should people be angry? I'm angry. You should be angry. It's time to take an active part in your government. And God bless these people that are out there raising a storm. It's democracy in action, and it's about time.